What is up, Reflections? What is up, people? What is up, world? What is up, universe? It's Victor. First off, I just want to tell you I love you and wish you peace and blessings in your life. Hopefully all is going well. Hopefully you're consciously manifesting and everything you're putting into the universe, everything you're imagining, setting in stone, everything you're speaking into existence is coming to you, because it's on its way, it's inevitable. And there was a bunch of things I wanted to talk about today, but what I settled on and what's kind of just came to me now was just about not losing self, like valuing purpose over the things that come with changes in life. When you change your life, like if anybody's doing this, if you're doing no PMO, if you're making positive changes in your life, whether you're choosing to eat better, whether you're choosing to be more adventurous, whether you're choosing to walk closer to your purpose, whether you're choosing to abstain from addictions and things like that, whatever it is you're choosing to do, for me, what's becoming an ideal for me and what I'm setting in stone is to not lose self and not lose purpose. Because for a lot of us, when you change and when you make drastic changes to your life, you get drastic outcomes. Like you're placed in an entirely new environment. I'll bet like it's neutral, it could be positive or it could be negative, whatever it may be. 9 times out of 10, if you're doing something out of love and you're making a positive change in yourself, the outcome, the manifestation is going to be positive. Like that's just 10 times out of 10. You know, it's all about energy. If you love self, you love yourself, then you're doing something out of love. What you're going to get back is love. But for so many of us, when you're coming out of a place of hurt, especially if it's with addiction or just not showing yourself love, whether it's depression, whatever that may be, when you're rising out of that and you're continuing these positive changes, it can be easy to get lost along the journey. It can be easy to be swayed from the path. It can be easy to lose purpose, lose sense of self, because it's overwhelming. Like you're experiencing so many new experiences that are new to you. For all intents and purposes, you shifted into a brand new life. And it's invigorating. It's a rush because your confidence is rising. With each step you take, your confidence rises because you're showing, like I said, for me, it's easy to become malleable in a situation, to become extremely comfortable with feelings of pleasure, of someone lusting after me, of someone desiring me, of being in love, like whether, or even financially, of wealth. Feeling like, oh man, I never experienced this before. I never experienced being sustained financially before. Like I've always made a passive income, but it was never like, oh man, I don't have to worry. Like, you don't have to worry about money. These are all new feelings for me, and this has been the most. And this has only been 2 months. Like think about that. All of this happened and came to pass. All of these manifestations, everything that I've planted, I've begun to reap, and it's only been 2 months. You feel me? So it can be overwhelming, but the idea is to not lose path. And to not lose path, you have to find purpose. You have to know what your divine purpose is. For me, it's helping people. Like I love people. Like I love self, therefore I love people, because we're all connected, we're all one. So if you love self, you love people. So of course I want to help people because I want to help myself. Like I love helping myself. I love helping myself acquire things that I want. Not necessarily physical, but just achieve goals, to make progress, to do things that are positive in my life. I love bettering myself, and it's in that passion I love also helping people better themselves. I love helping people get close to their goals. Like even before this, like I was a huge person who believed in my friends' talents. Like I was always a friend, like, dog, fuck this job. Like you can sing, go sing. Fuck this job, you can rap, go rap. Fuck this job, like go to Hollywood. Like you should be acting. Like dog, like that was me. I was that guy. And a lot of it was rooted, like a huge part of it was like, yo, I love people. Like that was the core of it. But I never put it on myself because I didn't have that love and appreciation for self. I was never like, hey, you should hold a camera in front of your face. Like you're pretty good talking. Hey, you have a good singing voice. Like you should sing. Hey, you make good music. You should rap. Hey, you don't feel awkward when people look at you while you're vlogging. Like you should keep doing that. But yeah, like for me, it's about not losing purpose. So for me, my divine purpose, I'm like here to help. When I used to work at a Whole Foods, my friend, he called me a light bearer. And I understand what it meant back then, but I get it now. I understand what it means to be a light bearer. Like I'm there to guide the way. I show people the way. Like I'm a master student and a teacher. You feel me? Like, I love learning, and I'm like I call myself a master student because I'm like the kid in the class who I get what we're doing so much. I'm like leaning over and helping you. Like, no, dog, give me your pencil. Like, let me erase what you're doing. It's this. It's not that. Like, let me show you. Let me help you get it. Like, that's what I am. Like, I'm a natural light bearer. I naturally like to help people. So for me, it's about not allowing the changes in my life to cause me to slide back into pattern behavior. It's about keeping the same positive mindset, this strong, fucking determined, positive mindset that I've built. This, where my inner conversation, my inner talk is so positive. Like, my inner talk is so positive that every day I manifest something beautiful. Like, yesterday, it was the first time I ever practiced, like, really controlling inner talk and having those true conversations with yourself. You know, the idea of like hearing someone say something positive about you, or, you know, changing your opinion of what the outcome of this situation is going to be. There was even manifestation exercises in it. Like, this shit is going to trip you out, because it didn't trip me out, because I understand, I know, I believe in the idea of manifestation. Like, if you can imagine it, you're in it. If you can imagine it and live in it, then you're there. Like, you're done, the work is done, it's going to come to you. Like, if you haven't already, I definitely recommend you check out Neville Goddard. He has a lot of people have reposted his videos on YouTube, or reposted rather some of his recordings, his audio tapes on YouTube. And those, like, the snippets are quality. Like, they're so great to listen to because they're true. And then one of them, there was a manifestation exercise. Like, he told you to, like, close your eyes and say, like, visualize a baseball. Like, I was flipping through a lot of different things because I was so deep. Like, I think I just did yoga or something, but I was so deep in the manifestation I could actually feel it. Like, I went from a baseball to like a basketball to a golf ball. I felt like the catcher's mitt. Like, I literally lived in it, and I felt all of these things. But I held on to the idea of the baseball. Like, that's what I set aside. Like, I felt it. I felt the lever. I felt all of that. I shit you not, the very next day, I'm going to the park with my dog. What do I find? A baseball, just sitting in the grass. Like, just there, a baseball. I took it home. I'm going to take a picture of it when I get home, but, like, that's how legit the power of manifestation is. Like, I literally manifested a baseball. And I'm doing the same with my life. Like, I'm living it. I imagined, set in mind what I wanted. I spoke it into existence, and now I'm living it. Like, everything I'm doing now is things that I always wanted to do, but I just never took that first step. So, purpose, yo. Just to bring it full circle and not make this a long, drawn-out video, because I'm long-winded, just like just like Dad was. Like, I'm very long-winded. So, purpose. Like, find purpose, find divine purpose, find what you're here to do. And by what you're here to do, I mean, like, find what makes you happy in other people. Like, what do you like doing with and or for other people? Realistically, everything we do here is meant to serve. Like, no matter what you're doing, at the root of it, you're serving people. If you're an actor, you're serving people entertainment. You're serving them a different perspective. You're telling them a story. Like, that's your service. If you're a musician, it's the same thing. Like, it's a service. I'm telling you this story. I'm passing on this information. Regardless of what you take from it, you know, this is what I do. Like, I'm passing on this information to you. You feel me? So find purpose and chase that. Don't look for, like, don't get caught up on, like, ideas of, oh, I need a job, I have to, like, do X, Y, and Z. Like, I get it. I understand we all have our circumstances and our situations. But one of the most important things that he said, and that I took from it, is that if you can't see beyond the scene, like, you'll never progress. Like, and this is paraphrasing, but he was saying, if you can't see beyond the scene, you'll never progress from your current situation. And it's true. If you can't sit down and imagine, like, close your eyes and visualize and truly imagine and formulate that in your mind, the life you'd lead if you weren't in that situation, then you'd never escape the situation, because your talk is always, your inner talk is always going to be about that situation. And you're going to have that same inner conversation, that same thought pattern about that situation, and you're going to wake up the next day in the very same situation. You're just going to keep repeating the cycle, because it all starts up here. If you can imagine it, you can do it. If you can imagine it, you can change it. If you can imagine it, it's done. Like, it's true. It's true. Like, God said, let there be light, and there was light. And, like, it's just true. If you can imagine it, you can change it. If you believe in the idea, if you subscribe to the philosophy that God's in us all, we all are technically God, we all are technically gods, we all have that power to manifest because we have that source of creation in us, then just like creation, just like creator, or the creator, just like creation, we have that very same power to manifest the reality we want by speaking. Up here, your imagination, that's your inner talk, that's the speech. When you speak it into existence, you see it and you live in it up here. All of this is simply a reflection. It's simply a reflection of what's going on up here. If you live in bliss and heaven and in abundance and wealth up here, then you'll be surrounded by bliss and abundance and wealth out here. Like, that's the life you'll manifest. Like, happen. Now you just have to live in it and deal with the consequences, you know? Because realistically, a lot of the things that we want in life are neutral. They're neither good or bad. The only thing consistent, the only thing true is your reaction to them and how you carry yourself. You have to be, you know, blissful and happy no matter what the situation. But that's neither here nor there. Like I said, the point of the video, purpose. Like, that's purpose. Staying true to purpose, not being swayed. Like, everything's going to look pretty, everything's going to glimmer, everything's going to look brand new, but just don't be swayed. Take things in a grain at a time, whether that's interactions with people, whether that's experiences, whether that's finance, whatever it is. Take things in a grain at a time. Actually analyze it. Why am I seeing this? Why is this manifesting to me? Why is this in my life? Why did I desire this? What does this represent? What lesson am I here to learn? You feel me? Take it in like that. You know, take everything in with that grain of salt. You don't have to be pessimistic. You can still be optimistic and positive. Like, dude, never lose your optimism. Never lose that love for self and everything, and never lose that positivity. Just be observative. Like, take things in a grain at a time. But yeah, yes man it too. Like, don't be afraid to say yes to a new experience. So hopefully you took something from that. My arm's so fucking tired. Peace. Love. I'm out.